Tyla is having a show in December in Nigeria, and that show must not happen.
The beef in South Africa has gotten so crazy that Tyla literally had to cancel one of her stops, Lagos.
So Tyla has cancelled her Nigerian concert after Nigerians said that, go back.
It looks like Tyla is canceling her Nigerian tour. A few days ago, she announced her world tour, and almost immediately, some Nigerians took to the internet to say, don't come here.
Africans are out here roasting the hell out of Trevor Noah, the beloved Trevor Noah.
South African comedian Trevor Noah is under fire for pitching South Africa as a welcoming tourism destination.
Based on the fact that South Africa has been getting dog PR over things like the March and March protests, the Business Council of South Africa has now recruited Trevor Noah to do some fix-up for them.
Two of South Africa's biggest names, two very different kinds of trouble. One made an ad selling the country to the world. The other quietly erased the show from her own tour. Neither of them started this fire, but right now, both of them are standing in it.
It looks like Tyla is canceling her Nigerian tour stuff. A few days ago, she announced her world tour, and almost immediately, some Nigerians took to the internet to say, don't come here. This is from the BBC. No reason has been given for the change, but there have been growing calls in Nigeria for the 24-year-old to cancel her concert in the country after the recent wave of anti-migrant sentiment in South Africa. A lot of people have been asking Tyla to speak out about the anti-migrant sentiment, and from what I can tell, she has not. Relations between Nigeria and South Africa have soured over allegations that Nigerians have been the target of xenophobic violence. I believe there was an incident just this week. Nigeria, along with other African countries, has accused South Africa of not doing enough to deal with attacks on foreign nationals. And earlier this week, there was actually a petition titled Ban Tyla from Entering Nigeria Until Xenophobic Attacks Stop in South Africa. And thousands of people signed it. And I don't know if you've been under Tyla's social media in the past week, but there have been a lot of comments under her pictures with people being like, do not come to Nigeria. Apparently she's not going anymore.
Over the past year, reports of violence against Nigerian nationals living in South Africa have surged. In July, a Nigerian man named Chika Ibe died during a South African police operation in Cape Town. Police say he collapsed while being arrested. Video that circulated afterwards tells a different story, one that appears to contradict the official account. The circumstances remain disputed and under investigation. It wasn't an isolated incident. Nigerian officials raised concerns about a pattern of similar cases. 98 Nigerians have lost their lives in South Africa over this same issue since 2022. Nigeria's government has evacuated close to 1,500 of its citizens in 2026. Ghana has evacuated over 900 citizens. Mozambique has evacuated over 500 citizens. Many other blacks had to flee the country, and those who remain live in constant fear. As we speak, Muslim-owned businesses are being asked to close down and their owners exit the country. This is the backdrop. Not a celebrity scandal. A live, unresolved crisis between two countries. Trevor Noah and Tyla didn't create this, but they are the two most visible South Africans standing in its path.
Tyla is having a show in December in Nigeria, and that show must not happen. This is the one time Nigerians have to come together and stand for something. Not after the xenophobic attacks that we saw in South Africa and how immigrants, and especially Nigerian immigrants, were treated. Not one word from Tyla, not even performative activism from her. She never spoke about it, but all of a sudden she wants to have a show in Nigeria. I even think that is very insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians. Assuming that we are so spineless that we would welcome her into Nigeria with open arms without the consideration of what happened and what's been happening in South Africa. This is the one time Nigerians have the opportunity to stand for something. And if Nigerians go for that show, then I can finally say that all hope is lost and Nigerians are indeed a spineless population. Zimbabweans did it. They boycotted South African artists in Zimbabwe. It's not about Tyla. I have no beef with her, but it's about coming together as a people and saying, no, we have a voice and that voice matters. If you really love Tyla as a Nigeria, which by the way is okay, you love her music, you love her, apply for a South African visa, take a flight from Nigeria, go to South Africa and attend her shows. That show must not happen in Nigeria. We need to, for one time, come together as a people and make a statement.
Tyla's situation moved faster and hit harder. She announced the December Lagos show as part of her world tour, her first ever headline concert in Nigeria. Within days, calls for a boycott spread across Nigerian social media. The core complaint wasn't really about her music. It was about her silence. The sense that a South African star could book a Nigerian audience without ever publicly addressing what Nigerians in her own country were going through. By the end of the week, the Lagos date had quietly disappeared from her tour site. No statements, no explanation. Just gone. Tyla and her team have not publicly commented on the cancellation. Whatever the reason, the optics were unmistakable. An artist pulled out of the one country most directly affected by a crisis in her own country.
Family, the beef in South Africa has gotten so crazy that Tyla literally had to cancel one of her stops, Lagos. She actually had to cancel 3 stops, okay? One was in Lagos because the Nigerians are mad that she isn't speaking up on the xenophobia towards them in South Africa. Well, listen, Nigerians, this one little girl is not gonna change nothing about what's going on with y'all people, okay? The continent of Africa seems as if they're tired of Nigerians and everything that comes with them. That's an outsider just looking in. On the internet, the news, y'all are always in the news for one reason or another. 9 times out of 10, it's never good. Why would y'all put emphasis on her trying to help y'all do whatever you're trying to do? To me, it doesn't make sense. Her alone ain't gonna be able to help y'all, bruh. Stop doing that. Look, we all gotta stop doing this. We can't cancel the next person because she don't even hold the power to do what y'all trying to do, make her do. You get what I mean? She's trying to make her fucking money and build her career, all right? She's probably not in a position to say anything. Her people probably told her, hey, don't speak on this shit. Which I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened, okay?
In late July, Trevor Noah fronted a new tourism campaign for South Africa. Glossy, funny, unmistakably him. Mountains, wildlife, his trademark self-deprecating humor. The problem was timing. The ad landed in the same news cycle as the death of the Nigerian guy, Ibe, and the attack of black people in his country. Critics didn't accuse Noah of causing any of it. They accused the campaign of ignoring it, selling a postcard version of the country while an active safety crisis was unfolding for foreign nationals inside it. Noah didn't write the crisis into existence, but his face became the symbol critics reached for when they wanted to point out the gap between the country's image and its reality.
Based on the fact that South Africa has been getting dog shit PR over things like the March and March protests, the Business Council of South Africa has now recruited Trevor Noah to do some fix-up for them. And this is not the first time that Trevor Noah is actually doing PR for, like, the Business Council of South Africa. He's actually done it like 3 years ago, 2023. But now that, with like recent events, they needed somebody to come and, talk them up. It's so ironic because these Zeni ideals, if you don't know what Zeni means, just ask someone in the comments, they'll let you know. The Zeni ideals still kind of like seep through the video. For example, the characters that are being used in the campaign, because the video campaign itself is about like him replying to comments that are being made by people that are inquisitive online. The characters have names like English Ben and Amsterdam Sam. In one part of the video, you see him scroll through a bunch of comments and then, ignore all the comments made by black people, then reply the one that's made by like a white person. And then the one time they do reply to a comment that is made by a black person, as you can see, they say, name redacted for legal reasons. What does that mean? And I'm not joking, they actually said that word for word. You can go and check the video. Hey bro, without a doubt, this video is very much so meant for outside of Africa. If you are a tourist from inside Africa, not near there. And that's why they even recruited Trevor Noah. Although I would argue that Trevor Noah is liked universally, like anywhere you go, people like Trevor Noah, even here in Nigeria. What I would say to the Business Council of Tourism South Africa is that getting Trevor Noah to do this was a chess move. Pretty smart, because we all love some Trevor Noah. But let me not lie to you, I doubt this is gonna work. If your target audience is outside of Africa, then yeah, white people can give less of an F what happens with Africans. But if this is to pander to us even in the slightest way Africans, then no, this is not enough. You're gonna need some real actual government policies in place to protect actual Africans that want to come and do tourism there.
The conversation has split in two. On one side, people are arguing that it's unfair to hold an individual artist personally accountable for a national crisis she didn't create and doesn't control, and that the government, not pop stars, should be answering for police conduct and public safety. On the other side, many people, which in this case is the majority, are arguing that South African celebrities have a responsibility to speak up when their compatriots are under attack. That silence from someone with Tyla and Trevor Noah's platform is its own kind of statement.
Just to be clear, Nigerians are not mad about Tyla coming to perform in Nigeria. No, Nigerians don't hate Tyla, not even Trevor Noah. No, Nigerians, I would say, love Tyla as an individual and artist. They love Trevor Noah even as a comedian. They love him. But here is the problem. If you're coming to perform in Nigeria, is it now that so many harmful and so many hurtful things have been done to Africans and Nigeria, is the best time for you to start promoting your tour to come to Nigeria, when initially, when everything was happening, you never even came out to talk about it?
Trevor Noah didn't build the system pushing foreign nationals out of South Africa. Tyla didn't either. But this stopped being a two-country story months ago. Since May 2026, Ghana, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Nigeria, and many others have all evacuated citizens fleeing violence. This is a continental crisis, and Noah and Tyla are two of the most watched South Africans the rest of the continent can see. That doesn't make them the cause of it, but it does mean their platforms are one of the few resources in this story that no government controls. A tourism ad sold the postcard version of the country to the world. A tour date quietly vanished with no explanation. Both moments were a chance to say something to an audience most African leaders can't reach. And both times, the choice was silence. That's all for today. Let me know your thoughts. Also, watch how young Philly crashed his career with Love Bites. Click the link on the screen.